It's the Diamond Jubilee, the junior women's quad sculls. We've got Trentham Boat Club on the left of our picture and Clare's Court School on the right. And for this race, a special treat. We've got two Kaths in the commentary box, Kath Bishop and Kath Granger. You couldn't have two more expert people to take us through this quad sculling race.
Yeah, I've shamelessly come back in, I'm afraid, just because I commented on Trentham racing yesterday, and I've just talked to Lizzie, who's the mum of Isabel, Isabel's in the bow seat at the Trentham Boat Club, and she is so proud of how this young crew is doing, come together quite late, and I know that there's a PE teacher back in Stoke-on-Trent allowing classes to watch this race. So I just want to say a big shout out to everyone at school who's getting time to watch these racing, because it's just some fantastic rowing we're going to see now.
It's that community, isn't it? We know that there's a school, there's a village, there's a town, there's a set of parents, there's a set of volunteers, there's a set of coaches and teachers who are all behind the crew from Trentham, and the same for that crew from Clare's Court, and both doing, gosh, an incredible job, doing all of those who've supported them proud in an incredible race, toe-to-toe.
Well, I think the Diamond Jubilee is probably my favourite event at Henley. It brings us such close races. Here we are live down the course, it's still close.
Yeah, absolutely even. I mean, you know, again, really good technique from both crews. They're both having to steer a little bit there. Bit of a challenge going on for those booms. And the wash you get halfway down the course can be pretty tricky, but they are asking questions of each other and holding each other all the time. Maybe that's going to be a little bit of a chance now for Trentham to sneak ahead.
So in the Trentham crew, Isabel Punchard, we mentioned 17-year-olds in the bow seat. Shalyn Whelan in front of her, also 17. Frankie Butters, only 15 at 3 critical seat in the quad, and at stroke, it's Meg Knight. She is in her second Henley Regatta, and she's a rising star here.
Now it really looks like Trentham have got a push, and they've pushed ahead now from Clare's Court. So the Clare's Court boys looked amazing this morning in their race as they went through earlier, and you know, they trained together, they've got brilliant technique. It's a small school, but they produce really high quality crews. Can they lift it? Can they find another gear? Because Trentham are now looking supreme as they move away.
Again, like we said, this is such a great event. The schoolgirls quads is just, the standard from day one has been really strong, and just all over the country, crews coming from all over the country, and hopefully all over the world as well, to come and be part of this.
So Trentham continue to be in command of this race. On the right of our picture, it's time for Clare's Court School to see whether they can attack through this really difficult kind of dead period where you're a little bit further away from the crowd before you come into the enclosure at the end. So this is Clare's Court School that we're looking at here. You can see in the bow seat there, it's Jemima Don, Hannah Hickson, Nuala McFarlane and Rebecca Don sitting there. The Don sisters at either end of this quad from Clare's Court School.
Clare's Court doing a really strong job. Now they just strengthened through the middle part of the course and moving ahead, and again, nice rhythm, nice length. We can't quite see Trentham in the video now. They've dropped a little bit back. Again, had that steering issue through the middle. Both crews adjusted. Now seem to be a little bit out of the picture.
Wow, that's a big gap, isn't it? It's been devastating in the middle of the race. That's when your winter training counts. That's when every little inch you do on your technique makes a difference. The accuracy of catches when you're tired and all of that. And Clare's Court now will be following with their boys' school that was so supreme earlier.
Again, it's good angles. I mean, again, both crews, really good technique. And when the course looks good, the water's settled down a bit. It looks much calmer out there. Again, very good sculling technique, but just again, Clare's Court showing a little bit of supremacy coming down the course. They seem to be comfortable. They've got that length back, and they're just eating up the course as they come down.
Great shot from behind there. Really, I mean, both crews have got fantastic technique. There's just a little bit more power in that Clare's Court, a little bit more efficient, just holding the blades in a little bit longer. But my goodness, it is such a challenge to get that technique right on this water over this length of course. But they will be building in confidence in every round now.
Yeah, winning the junior quads at the Met is something which shows their momentum. Third at the National Schools Regatta, so it's a crew of some quality, and they'll have their eyes on tomorrow now at Henley, just making sure they don't make any mistakes in that last part of the course to be through to the semi-finals tomorrow.
Trentham, of course, beat Headington, and that will have given them a lot of confidence going into this race, but they have come up against one of the forces in school sculling. Clares Court have got 3 returners from the 2021 quad that raced the Thursday last year, so they're bringing that experience and going further, which is great to see. All the time building, so much learning that happens through this regatta, and you take it back, think about what the ambitions are for next year, and you know, set the bar and go chasing it.
That was just the back of Isabel we saw coming in. Trentham still going to race down the full length of this course, bring it home, doing everything they can to get to Friday of Henley Regatta. Is such a big deal for these crews. So both crews really proud of how they're performing here today. And this is the moment you come in front of those crowds, you feel the finish line coming to you as you race towards that final sprint.
Looking supreme now, Clares Court. They have this. They're relaxing. They're enjoying all of the crowds. Look how thick, how deep it is on the bank. Appreciating the supreme quality of sculling that we're seeing in this race. Jemima, Hannah, Nuala and Rebecca, they have done a fantastic job.
Unique experience of Henley. The crowd's right close to the bank as we come to the finish, and Clares Court School will be happy with that race. Tested themselves off the start, and commanding, fluid, long, lovely rowing from them.
Yeah, wonderful to see potential from all 8 of those wonderful women there. Pleasure to be back with you. I'm going to leave you alone now.
Well, we had double Catherines there for a moment of joy to watch some of the young scullers who are going to be the next generation, we hope, of Olympians and world champions. Catherine Granger, we say thanks to you. Catherine Bishop is here alongside me as we call the result of that heat of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. Clares Court School winning against Trentham Boat Club.